Hey everybody, Mr. Smolen back here again for this week's latest edition of Storytime with Mr. Smolen, and we have another phenomenal book to read today. A book you might kind of see some similarities from our last couple of books, but let's just get to it right away. I really like this book. Give me that drum roll, please. Our story today is The Cool Bean by Jory John and Pete Oswald. Oh, the cool bean. Look at that cool bean right there. Oh my gosh. Let's get going on this great story though. Here we go. Oh man, look at all those beans. They all got on their sunglasses to stun a shade. I like those. Ooh, look at those beans. Man, those beans look pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Watch out! Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Oh man, look at those cool beans. Look at them all. Oh, look at that little guy over there. Oh yeah, check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses. Yow! Stunning shades. Oh! The cool beans are known all over school. From house to house, across town, beyond county lines. Look at those cool beans there. Oh man. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. Look at those beans laying in the pot. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. Oh, look at him up here. He's going, oh, letting out a sigh. That's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together even though you're not totally sure why. Oh man, how do you think he's feeling up here? I think he might feel a little left out, a little sad. Keep going. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh, they were so cool. One of them could play the guitar. Cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes. Cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known. Cool. Oh man, look at him ready. Slam dunk. Man, those are some cool beans. Me? Well, I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. I wore sunglasses. Here's something saying too big. I slicked my hair back. Too slick. I strutted around. Ow! Kicked a rock. I swaggered. Oof! Oh, May slipped on a banana peel. Oh. I was still picked last for everything. Oh man, I wonder how he's feeling there. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. He says, I walked into stuff. He says, whomp. I was an uncool bean for sure. Oh no, poor bean. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. Oh man, look at him bouncing off his head, poor bean. I'd never be a cool bean. He's feeling sad. He's down on himself. Let's see though. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans. Oh man, look at them all relaxing. And the beans like me. Poor bean with his flamingo floaty. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued to be cool. I mean, sure, I miss them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all that coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. Poor bean. And that's how it went until one day. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod. That was it. Oh man, I think he's kind of feeling better now. That bean made a nice decision to help him pick up his spilled lunch. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit. And everybody saw it. Oh no, his knee. Another one of the cool beans came to my side. And without a word, he dusted me off. Oh man, look at him helping him out. Being a nice bean, helping out a hurt friend. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared. I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. Man, look at him. And then, everybody just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. Oh, poor bean. But then, one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. Man, what a great bean. That's being a nice friend. It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. Oh, look at that funny smile. I smiled all the way through dinner. Oh, look at him eating with his family. That day made all the difference. It was a day that could have been really bad if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Somebody had my back. Or a few somebodies. Oh man, look, they're all playing together again. That's great. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How you been? Get it? How have you been? Oh, what a silly bean. Not all the time, but sometimes. Oh, look at him riding his bike. At lunch. Look at them eating lunch together. After school. Oh, they're even being good friends, hooping together. Even on the weekends. Oh, man. Look at them. It looks like they're in a 3D movie together. Throughout all this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. Oh man, he's getting rid of his shades even. It's about a wink or a nod or a smile at just the right moment. Oh, look at him being a great helper. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them up again, and pointing them in the right direction. Oh, look at him helping that little bean that fell down. It's great. Here he's saying, "You need a hand?" And this little bean saying, "Yes, please." Oh man, helping him out. Now that's cool. Oh, look at them all. And that is our story. Who liked that story? I like that story. I think that was a great story. It goes to show you don't have to always be like everybody else. You could be a little bit different. But at times when you get down on yourself, don't worry. There'll be that moment where a good friend will help pick you back up, or even you can be that friend that help pick up somebody that might be down, somebody might be sad. You can help them and be a better person for it. So, as always, my friends, I hope you enjoyed that story. I look forward to reading you another great story the next time we get back on here. So, have a great day.